Hello my dear students of class 8, how are you? We think you are very well by the grace of the Almighty. You are also very well, safe and sound. This is Musharraf Hussain in front of you to take a class on English second paper, that is changing sentence, assertive to interrogative. I come to know that assertive to negative sentences has been discussed in your class. Now today I would like to discuss about assertive to interrogative. So take your khatas, pencils and pens to note down the important things on your khatas. Okay? Today you should note down the important things, structures and what will be the changing. You should note it down on your khata. Whenever you will read at your home, just open your khatas and read the rules from the books and label it, then you will find that it is very easy to understand. Okay, dear students, first of all I would like to mention here about the interrogative sentence. You know, in interrogative sentence, verb is placed in front of the subject. Always verb comes to front, but in assertive sentence, you know the structure, subject, verb, then extension, etc. But in interrogative sentence, it comes verb earlier. That is verb, then it may be auxiliary verb. If it auxiliary verb, then subject, then main verb comes, then extension, sign of interrogation. Okay, and if you don't have any auxiliary verb, it has, suppose it has only main verb, then you have to absorb, you have to connect an auxiliary verb to do this, that is do, does, did. Okay, this is the structure in a nutshell. So dear students, I would like to place here in front of you 2 or 3 rules here. You just listen to it very important, very attentively. And in that it is YouTube class, so it's ample scope to see the class, to enjoy the class once again. Okay, if you don't understand any problem, any point, then you just repeat it and see it again and again, and I think it will be very easy for you to understand. First of all, number 1, the important thing is, if the sentence, assertive sentence, no problem at all, but the assertive sentence, if it describes it, it denotes the positive meaning or affirmative meaning. If it has positive meaning or affirmative meaning, you have, or there is no auxiliary verb. If you have auxiliary verb, then you have to use that auxiliary verb in front, then subject, then NT according to the structure, then subject, then extension, then sign of interrogation. Okay, একটু বাংলায় বলি, সেটা হচ্ছে যে সেন্টেন্সটা যদি অ্যাসার্টিভ তো অবশ্যই, এবং অ্যাফার্মেটিভ অর্থাৎ পজিটিভ অর্থ প্রকাশ করে, এবং সেখানে যদি অক্সিলারি ভার্ব থাকে। এখন অক্সিলারি ভার্ব করবে কি? সাপোজ অক্সিলারি ভার্বস am, is, are, was, to be verb, or can, could, may, might, shall, should, etc. If you have auxiliary verb, it may be to be verb or another modal auxiliaries, then the structure will be, first of all, you have to use that auxiliary verb. Okay, that means if the sentence denotes the positive meaning or affirmative meaning, okay, then auxiliary verb, that auxiliary verb plus NT. If auxiliary verb, I mentioned you earlier, that is, it may be to be verb or can, could, may, might, etc. Okay, no problem at all. Auxiliary verb, we can say it elaborately, that is, we can say auxiliary verb, no problem. Then subject, then extension, then sign of interrogation. Okay, we can say it elaborately. We can say it first of all to be verb, to be, or modal auxiliaries, or modal auxiliaries. Okay, you can say ixo. Okay, now we can go for example. Suppose he is in trouble. Suppose he is in trouble. Then according to the structure you have to use here, that is we have auxiliary verb here. Okay, acha tale hobe ki, though this auxiliary verb is used main verb here, no problem at all. Then first of all is, then nt, that means isn't, then subject, isn't he, then extension in, isn't he in the restaurant, isn't he in trouble, isn't he in trouble. This will be the correct answer. Okay, now we can go for another example. According to this structure here, that is we can do the work. আমরা কাজটি করতে পারি। Then what will be the interrogative? That is we have auxiliary verb here, that is can. As it is expressing the positive meaning, then can't, cannot, then subject we, can't we, then main verb, can't we do the work, can't we do the work. This will be correct answer. Okay, let us move for another example, another structure. Earlier I mentioned to you that if the sentence has a positive meaning, then we have to use not or nt with the verb. Okay, or if we have auxiliary verb there, we have to use nt or not with the auxiliary verb. Okay, but if the sentence expresses negative meaning, then what will be the? Okay, if the sentence number 2, negative ortho প্রকাশ করবে, then he is not doing the work. সে কাজটি করছে না। Then what will be? If the sentence expresses negative meaning, only the not or negative word will be eradicated. Okay, only not or negative word will be eradicated. That will be the, then it will be the correct answer. অর্থাৎ we have not here, not টা উঠে যাবে। ঠিক আছে, এবার আসো তাহলে হলটা কি? Is, we have auxiliary verb here is, then subject is he, then not এটা উঠে গেল, then we have main verb here is he doing, then extension is he doing the work, is he doing the work, is he doing the work. That is, the students, my dear students, we have learned here two very important things. That is, if the assertive sentence has positive meaning or affirmative meaning, we have to use not. If there is auxiliary verb there, we have to use not or nt with that auxiliary verb. Okay, if the sentence denotes, if the sentence expresses negative meaning, or particularly if the sentence has not or nt, you have to only indicate the not and the sentence will be this way. That is, he is not doing the work. She কাজটি করছে না, এই নটটা উঠে যাবে। Then according to the structure, according to the before structure, you have to write here, as we have the auxiliary verb here, then you have to use is, then subject, then the main verb here, doing, and extension, then sign of interrogators. And here very important thing is, you have done it interrogative sentence, but unfortunately you didn't use sign of interrogative. Some of you always make some mistakes here to use this sign. It's a very important thing. If you don't give this, the sentence will be wrong. Okay? You have to mind it. Now, the third point is, suppose we discussed about we had auxiliary verb, but suppose we don't have any auxiliary verb in sentence, in assertive sentence, especially in assertive sentence there is no auxiliary verb. That is, it has main verb. Then what will be there? According to the tense of the main verb and according to the number and person of this subject, you have to use do, does, did. Do, does, did. And it is mentionable here that if the sentence expresses negative, positive meaning, then you have to use don't, doesn't, or didn't. In present tense, you have to use don't or doesn't, and in past tense, you have to use didn't. And especially it is in present indefinite tense or in past indefinite tense. Okay? Now I would like to write it here. Number 3. If we have main verb here, then you have to observe do. If the sentence expresses positive meaning, then it will be don't, doesn't, then didn't. In present indefinite tense, subject is first person singular or first person plural, third person plural, second person. You have to use don't. And with third person singular in present indefinite tense, you have to use doesn't. And in past indefinite tense, you have to use didn't. Okay, then subject, then verb, then extension, then sign of interrogation or interrogative. This will be the structure. Don't, doesn't, didn't, subject, the main verb, extension, and last of all you have to use sign of interrogation. Okay? Now I would like to write an example here. Suppose they play cricket. Suppose. Then what will be the interrogative sentence? That is, it is in present indefinite tense. The subject is plural number, present indefinite tense, plural number. This is very important. You have to mind it. Okay. Then we have to use here do, and it has expressed the meaning positive. Okay. Then we have to use here don't. Then subject, they, don't, then the main verb. What is the main verb? Play here, play. Don't they play cricket? Don't they play cricket? This will be the characters. Don't they play cricket? Okay, you have many examples like this. And the question is, if the sentence has negative meaning, if the sentence is in negative form, then what will be the, and you have to only eradicate not, only eradicate not. Okay, if the sentence structure will be the same, if the sentence expresses negative meaning, then you have to use do, does, did according to the tense, then subject, then verb, then extension, then sign of interrogation. We can go for example here, that is, suppose they don't play cricket, then what will be the answer? Do they play cricket? Do they play cricket? Then this will be the correct answer. Do they play cricket? So dear students, I'd like to close here today. We have discussed 3 important rules, assertive to interrogative. First of all, if we have auxiliary verb, that is to be verb or modal auxiliaries, and the sentence expresses positive meaning, then it will be isn't, can't, etc. Not, then according to this structure I have written here. And if it expresses negative meaning, what will be the structure I have taught here. And second one was negative ortho prakash korle. If the sentence expresses negative one, what will be the structure, what will be the example. And last of all, number 3, if the sentence doesn't have any auxiliary verb, then what will be the structure, okay, according to the meaning, or if negative or positive, etc. So dear students, here I would like to close here, and more structures, more rules are there. I will discuss this in my next class. So till then, keep safe, stay safe at home. Thank you very much. Thank you.